Jamie J, thanks for the subs. I read on the Limmy Show Wikipedia page you proposed a Falconhoof spin-off show, which never happened. How come that never happened? Was the idea for the show? What was that? It never happened because the commissioner didn't like it. I gave him a kind of outline for the pilot. This happens, that happens, then this happens, then that happens. This happens, that happens. Da, 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 da. He went, that sounds aye, quite good. On you go. That sounds all right. Write it. Then I wrote the script, and he went. He said his feedback was he thought it was a bit too talky, or something like that. It was a bit too wordy or talky. I don't know. Um, and the general idea was going to be. I was thinking about something that was a kind of partly Curb Your Enthusiasm. No, no, really, but kind of Curb Your Enthusiasm sort of. Is it Larry Sanders' show or is it um, Gary Shandling? What was it? Larry Sanders or Gary Shandling? Gary Shandling show. Gary Shandling was the actual guy, and Larry Sanders was that sort of character sort of thing. So kind of like that. Um, but basically, it's a sort of it isn't a mockumentary. It's nothing like that. It's it's right. So it's a kind of like behind the scenes sort of thing. I don't mean behind the scenes mockumentary sort of thing, but there he is, like doing the sort of thing you usually see in a Falconhoof sketch. He does his thing, right? And then it's a kind of like a meeting, with the crew and all that, and there's relationship things going on with each person and stuff like that. And it's what basically his life is like outside of that, and how it's even. You know how general in Falconhoof it kind of fucks up. He tries to take it seriously. He tries to make it work, and it just fucking goes shite. Uh, like that, but also not just on the program, but also in his real life. I don't mean in his real life. Oh, he falls down a flight of stairs, and it's related to him being Falconhoof and cunts recognising him. And I think the pilot was something to do with there's complaints because Waynes are phoning up, like under 18s are phoning up um, Adventure Call, and they're using like their mo's or dad's fucking card or whatever, or phone to phone up and, you know, like ring up a fucking bill because it costs a fortune. So there's this shite in the paper about like Falconhoof, like a pipe, is it Piper of Hamlin kind of thing, leading out like taking money out of fucking Wayne's pockets and stuff like that. So he's looking bad. So he's becoming like a fucking hate figure, and he doesn't like it. But he would like that to stop. But his boss doesn't give two fucks. His boss is like, who cares? Who cares? You know, we get the money, and if there ever is any of these Waynes ever actually win, they can't get a payout because they're under 18. Do you know what I mean? So we get the money, we don't have to pay it back, and he thinks that's kind of moral, and there's this shite in the paper. So he goes in a bit of a kind of charm offensive sort of thing to try and make it all right. And it all goes wrong. I think it was sort of lower. I think it was something like so he does that, and then he there's a few wee things that happen, a few wee things that happen, like three or four no storylines, but stuff that all kind of ties together, that kind of thing. And the sort of punchliney sort of thing of that episode was he I think he was going to be going to some sort of community centre sort of thing to do a kind of like a kind of giving back, as if the company that does Adventure Call was going to donate some money to some fucking community centre or something, to kind of make it look good. We do something for the Waynes. We're doing something for the Waynes. Like going to use some of this money to like fund this community centre or something like that, right? And and he appears as Falconhoof and all that. He said to turn up in a fucking taxi, something goes wrong. You know, he's fucking dressed like that, like up here normal fucking cunt. Coming out of fucking taxi as Falconhoof. And he goes to the community centre, does a, no an opening, no a kind of ribbon opening thing, but something like that. And he, as he's leaving, or he goes round the back, or he looks at the window or something like that, and he sees some youngsters, like under 18, maybe even under 16, round the back of the community centre. And I think they spot him, and they're like, "Oh, can we get a photo? Going to come down? Going to get a photo?" No, I've got to go. I thought you were, you know, because there's this whole thing in the papers about, you know, like as if he's taking money away in his pockets. They sort of criticise him a wee bit. He's like, "Right, I'll be done. All right," and he goes round and he's sort of chatting with him, and they're playing a game that I played in secondary school. By the way, I'm about an hour behind with the thank yous. I do apologise. He's round the back of this community centre while this whole event's going on. It's sort of finishing, and he's sort of chanting with these youngsters. And it's a game that we played when I was in school called... it was either called Babs or Tingle. I can't remember what it was called, but basically, you all stand a distance away from a wall, and you've got to chuck your coin towards the wall. That's wall. You've got to chuck a coin, your coin, whether it's 10 pence or whatever it is, towards the wall, and the person who is closest to the wall wins. Because obviously, if you hit it against the wall too hard, it bounces off it and fucking knocks it back. So you're like that. So you've got to chuck it and get it, you know, closest to the edge of the wall. And then there's other things like, other wee rules, like see if you do it and it lands, like imagine that's the wall and the ground. If the coin lands like that, you basically get the whole fucking lot. No. What happens is, see whoever's closest to the, I think whoever gets it like that collects the lot. But see if you just get it closest to the wall, you get to call heads or tails first. So you pick up all the coins, like imagine there's 10 he's playing, 10 pences, heads, and you get to call it first. And then I think it's the next cunt, and then the next cunt, and then the next cunt, you know, in terms of closest to the wall. Something like that. It's something like that, right? So they're like getting photos of him and all that, and they're playing that, and they say, "Oh, do you want a game?" And he's like, No, I can't play that. And I don't know, he hasn't got any money on him and all that. Oh, go just for a laugh, and he starts playing again. He kind of gets roped into it. I can't remember how he gets roped into it, but he gets roped into it either. They don't just go like, "What's the matter, chicken?" It's not like that. But he basically gets fucking roped into a wee game, like somebody gives him £1 or something. Go, here, go, have it. Because he said he used to play it, he was actually pretty good, but he doesn't want to play, he's not going to fucking gamble. Here, take my £1, gamble with my £1, or something like that. Here, it's alright. No, alright, and I'll get a shot, but, and then he gets into it. And then basically what happens is this kind of climactic sort of bit where he fucking wins. Like, they're being wee arseholes. They're being wee arseholes. And basically when he wins, he's like pure ha, fucking yes, you know, pure celebrating. And then it just so happens there's fucking cunts looking down for the window where he was before, seeing him like pure celebrating, taking all this money after these fucking wains, dressed as Falconhoof, getting fucking videoed a lot. After the whole stuff that was in the paper earlier, Pied Piper of Hamelin type of thing. So then that happens, and then he sort of like fucks off and all that, and they're like, "Rick, he's the money back." Like, no, it's mine. He actually needs the money to get a taxi. This is fucking pre-Uber. So something, he ends up having to knock a fucking bike. You know, it gets a wee bit daft, but I can't remember it. I can't remember exactly what happened. I tried to make it too, like, that wouldn't fucking happen. This wouldn't happen. tried to make it quite, that would happen, and then that would fucking happen, and then that would happen. So a disaster. So basically, the disasters that he has in Limmy show as a character and that basically happens at, like for the whole episode in his real life, and he's just trying to fight against that whole sort of thing where he's got to do this job, but he wants to sort of do it ethically, which is sort of fucking impossible. And he's known as Falconhoof, and that's that. And he's got a rival in work, and he's got a boss, and you know that there's that kind of relationship sort of thing. So it's not. But I remember reading it again for the first time in ages. Fairly recently, maybe like I don't know, fairly recently. I mean about a year ago, and I looked at it, and I think even, it might have been another sitcom that I wrote, but I think within like the first page or two, I just thought, oh, I don't like this already. It's too. I almost don't like the format of fucking sitcoms. I don't like the. I don't know, you know, the introducing of the characters. I kind of I like it when, like say like Curb Your Enthusiasm, when nobody's fucking trying that hard. And I just feel like, right, I've got to introduce this, got to introduce them, and this is the person who's like this, and this is the person who's like that. I much prefer sketches. Much prefer sketches.